Welcome back to Road to Death Stranding 2, a series of videos I'm going to be putting out over the course of this month in anticipation for the release of Death Stranding 2. In the last couple of videos in this series, we talked about my hopes and expectations and my predictions for the next game, and then we put out a video trying to unravel exactly what the Death Stranding and all of the surrounding events of it were. In today's video, we're going to be talking about who I think is one of the most interesting of Sam's companions, Fragile. For some context, this is going to be full of spoilers for the first game, Death Stranding, and I have not watched any trailers or absorbed any information in regards to the sequel in hopes of going in blind. So everything I'm going to discuss here has to do with the first game. We're going to start with an overview of who Fragile is as a character, and then talk about some of my hopes and expectations for her in the sequel. Fragile was born after the Death Stranding. She got her name from her father because, quote, "everything that's worth something is fragile." He named both her and his delivery group under that philosophy. Again, as I said, Fragile was born post-Death Stranding. She never knew what the world was like before, and she was born with incredibly sensitive dooms, giving her the ability to not only sense BTs, but see them as well, and the ability to teleport to the beach and back, using as a hub to travel at an accelerated rate compared to other people. But she wasn't able to use this in her job as a delivery person in her later life because she can only take with her items that are deeply important and sentimental to her through to the other side. That and other people. Now, the story of Fragile really begins more so with her father and her mother. Her father was a man born pre-Stranding who believed in being able to rebuild America. He was driven. He had a vision of reuniting and reconnecting people and founded one of the first delivery groups of the post-war, connecting much of the central and western coast under one unified connected system of the Fragile Express. He became viewed as a hero, and eventually his daughter would be viewed the same way when she joined and took over the company. But Fragile's mother was different. When Fragile was around 12, her mother abandoned the family. The reason she did this was because she had learned the truth of what Bridges was doing. Fragile had been helping Bridges expand out to the west, delivering packages for them to help build their way stations and such that they were going to use to build the chiral network. One day, Bridges' mother looked into some of the packages they were delivering and discovered the Bridges babies. She realized the entire chiral network was going to be built on these, and she was disgusted by it. She hated it. So, she formed a terrorist group with the goal of freeing as many of these babies as she could. And this group would go on to become the Homo Demons. See, during her time as the leader of this band, hang on. Fucking, god damn it. Why does the music looper never work? I'm trying to play just Fragile's theme, and I set it looped twice and then stopped looping. Gah. Quality content, I know, thank you. Support me on Ko-fi and maybe I'll actually get an editor to do these better. As I was saying, quality content. Fragile's mother would leave her family behind in order to form this terrorist group, and after forming it would meet a young man named Peter Englert, a man with powerful dooms who she was able to train and who was willing to aid her in her cause. Of course, she did not realize how evil this boy was. She helped raise him and taught him that what the UCA was doing was wrong, that what Bridges was doing was wrong. She didn't believe in the Bridge babies, and she didn't believe that the sacrifice made with them was worth it. Her group would fight to save the Bridge babies, but eventually meet their end in a facility in Manhattan dedicated to creating them. She would try to leave a message for Peter Englert, but it's unclear if it ever made it. A message asking him to help take care of her daughter. Peter Englert would change his name to Higgs and change the terrorist organization to become the Homo Demons that we encounter in the game, and go on to fight Fragile. Well, not fight her right away. See, he would track Fragile down, and by this point, her father had passed away, and she became the head of Fragile, and was continuing to help the UCA expand. Higgs joined Fragile Express, planning to use their organization to help him increase his terrorist spread, using their packages to smuggle bombs and other illegal goods around. Eventually, Fragile Express as a whole would get blamed for the actions of Higgs, with the most disastrous of the events being the destruction of Middle Knot City. Fragile was tricked by him to carry a nuclear bomb for delivery. By the time she realized what she was doing, it was too late to go anywhere else with it. Higgs showed up and stripped her bare, summoning a timefall storm and gave her two options. She could teleport away to safety, saving herself but dooming Middle Knot. Or, she could take the package and run as far as she could. She could save the city, yeah, but her body would be irreparably damaged by the timefall. But he at the very least gave her a mask to hide her face. I doubt he did this out of the kindness of his own heart, though. This event, though, people would not recognize the heroic action she performed. She would be viewed as a terrorist right alongside Higgs, people not understanding the sacrifice she did to save the city, the sacrifice she made to save the city. And she wouldn't view herself as a hero either. She would regret this action, wish she just teleported away, and hate the damage done to her body. And all she would want is to kill Higgs. She tried her best to keep Fragile going, but the trust was shot. Very, very few people were willing to accept packages from them, and even less packages from Bridges. People viewed being unified as just painting a target on their back. It has moved away from the song. I said again, hasn't it? Oh no, okay, it is still playing the song. Sorry. Again, YouTube will not loop playlists for me lately. Anyway, or even individual videos. Body content. But yeah, she would want only to get her revenge on Higgs. But she would still continue to work with Bridges because she believed in their goal of reunifying America, and in this, she would eventually meet Sam. During Sam's journeys over the course of Death Stranding, she would shadow you through your entire journey, as seen through her umbrella always being hung up in whatever place you come to rest. She wanted to help Sam. And over time, Sam would help her grow as a person, and when she finally got her moment at revenge with Higgs, when Sam fought him and dragged his body to her, and she had a gun in hand ready to take him out, because of her time with Sam, because of seeing what a good person he was, she would ultimately decide to spare Higgs. She would go on to help unify America through the Chiral Network and help Sam to stop the extinction of humanity. Oh man, the video is lagging, huh? And become a major player in the new America that's forming at the end of Death Stranding 1. So the question is, what is her role in Death Stranding 2 gonna be? I'm certain she's still gonna be running Fragile, and she's gonna be helping America. She seems too dedicated to it and her father's legacy at this point to do anything but. But as for what her role is, I think she's going to be the one who pulls Sam back into action. I think what's going to happen is Higgs, this fucking bastard, is going to find a way to kickstart the apocalypse again from the other side, having been left on the beach. And his Homo Demons are going to reach out to him through the Chiral Network, and together, they're going to try and bring about the end of America. And Fragile, still feeling a strong bonding connection to Sam, is going to be the one to track him down and pull him out of retirement to get him to help America again. And through that time, the bond that her and Sam have will just grow further. Maybe romantically, maybe not. I honestly hope not romantically, because we need more platonic male-woman relationships in media. But, you know, we can. This is all just hope. We don't really know what's going to happen with Fragile, or if she'll even play a major role in the next game. Or at least, I don't know yet. I'm sure those who've watched trailers know more than me. But I highly doubt Kojima would just drop Fragile here. But yeah, that's my best attempt at explaining the story of Fragile and who she is. Yeah. I'm gonna get... I swear, I'll get better at doing outros for these over time. Oops, wrong mouse. Yeah, hope you've all enjoyed this episode of Road to Death Stranding 2. End cards appearing in a moment. Love all you very, very much, and ta-ta for now.